fine.
So let's go up to the war here. Let's just run through your war history here. When did you enlist?
Well, I enlisted, but during the draft, I didn't have to go because I was working in Berwick in a car foundry where we were building tanks, and I was a welder. Yeah.
Where was that car factory?
In Berwick.
Berwick.
In the car factory.
And Berwick is down on the road to Tamaqua.
No.
No, it's up where Charlotte lived, near Bloomsburg.
That's right, near Bloomsburg.
But it was off the mountain. It was down in the valley.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. Anyway, Dad bought me a car. I remember that. I think it was would have been a 1937 Ford two-door sedan. And I used to drive a couple of guys to work. Well, I was down there to work too. When I got that job in Berwick, I guess he bought me the car to go to work. Yeah.
What was your job?
Welder. I was welding wheels for tanks.
Wow. So that was a war job. That was a...
Yeah, I was making a lot of money. So that's why I didn't enlist. I was waiting to get drafted, and I did finally get drafted. Yeah, they must have drafted me.
How much was a lot of money?
Oh, what? You asked me a couple times. I know we thought it was a lot. Was it $30 or $50 a week? I know I was making what I thought was a lot of money.
Well, my father was making like about, at the steel mills at that time, $65 a week.
Well, then that's probably what I was making.
So, no, I don't think you were making as much in Pennsylvania, because Pennsylvania see, this was the steel mills. And
Well, this was in Pennsylvania.
Pardon?
This was in Pennsylvania.
I know, but what I'm trying to say, I don't think, see, the steel mills were high wages. Nowhere else in the country did they
Well,
have
that could
much
be so too.
as they did in the steel mills in India.
Where we were, the tanks where we were built.
You're probably right, you probably were making about 50.
So when were you enlisted? What happened when you were drafted? Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah, well, when I was drafted, what did they do? They sent me to, well, you went to, what was the name of that town? Somewhere near Shenandoah. Then from there, they sent me to Florida. Yeah. I had to take a test. And that test kept me from going into the infantry by, they were picking guys by their knowledge. So they gave me a test. And they sent me to Florida in the Air Force. Yeah, in the Air Force. And somehow or other, did I take a test or what? I don't know. But that's where I went to school to be a pilot. Damn it, the only test I ever did fail, I guess. Or no. Yeah, they sent me to school to learn to be a pilot.
And then what happened was...
And I washed out.
You washed out because of that one, just because of that one instructor.
What's that?
Just because of that one instructor.
Oh, yeah, that guy, asshole, he washed me out. He said I was too nervous. Gee. Anyway,
So, had you already met Mom when you were drafted?
no. Well, I don't know. Let me think. Anyway,
How did you get to Lincoln, Nebraska? Because that's where you,
yeah.
That's where
yeah.
you went.
How did I get to Lincoln?
that's where she
Nebraska?
went to marry you.
Huh?
That's where she went to marry you. You were
Yeah,
married in Lincoln,
yeah.
Nebraska.
How did I get to Nebraska? What was I doing in Lincoln, Nebraska?
Didn't you go?
I think I was a radio operator at that time.
Didn't you go to that same place where my brother went in near St. Louis,
Yeah,
Clarkfield?
Well, that was radio school.
Okay, that's how you got there. You were sent to radio school, and apparently you met Lee in Philadelphia.
I met her in Philadelphia because she was working for the telephone company, and Charlotte introduced me to her.
Yeah, right. And then she came out to meet you in Nebraska.
In Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we got married. Huh. What was I talking about?
Then what happened after you were washed
Well, out in
out?
Lincoln,
after,
huh?
after you were washed out on the as a pilot, what happened?
Well, they give me a choice of anything I wanted to do. So, how was that? Well, I couldn't be a pilot. So I chose radio school, I guess, to be a radio operator on.
So that's how you got out to Clarksfield then.
Out to where?
That's how you got out to Clarksfield in Missouri
Probably.
or in Illinois. I'm not sure exactly. It's so close to Illinois. I never remember because my brother was there too.
Scott Field.
It was Scott Field because
Scottfield, yeah.
I remember that you had the almanac from Scott Field. I remember exactly what it looked like.
The what?
The yearbook.
I was thinking about that the other day. I don't know how I got separated from all my memorabilia.
You've
I don't
given away
even
some.
remember.
You gave some to Danny. You gave some to Douglas.
Yeah.